Hello everyone, welcome to upcoming IAS. So today we'll be starting chapter 2 of 8th class polity and CRT. So this chapter setting is understanding secularism. So what this first page tells us about. Wait. Indian secularism is a constitutional requirement for the Indian state to prevent religious dominance and enforce religious freedom. It involves distancing itself from religious groups and promoting secularism in government spaces. Okay. So, history shows us numerous instances of discrimination, exclusion, and persecution based on religion. Examples include Jews' persecution in Hitler's Germany, Israel's treatment of Muslim and Christian minorities, and Saudi Arabia's restrictions on non Muslims. Discrimination is more easily facilitated when one religion is officially recognized by the state at the expense of others. In India, secularism allows individuals to live by their religious beliefs and practices, separating the power of religion from the state. So what's here? Separating religion from state is crucial for a country's democratic functioning. Most countries have multiple religious groups, with the majority group likely having access to state power. This group could use this power to discriminate against and persecute religious minorities, violating fundamental rights guaranteed to all citizens. Separating religion from the state also protects individual freedom to exit their religion, embrace another religion, or interpret religious teachings differently. For example, if state power were in hands of Hindus who support untouchability, reforming this practice would be difficult as they might face resistance from their community members who believe there is only one interpretation of Hinduism. So this page, why is it important to separate religion from the state? Indian secularism is a constitutional requirement for the Indian state to prevent religious dominance and enforce religious freedom. It involves distancing itself from religious groups and promoting secularism in government spaces. Okay, so this is the explanation of this page. Let's move on to next page. Here you can see a small kid has made a drawing of all the four, of all the four religion, whether that may be masjid, mandir, gurudwara, or God. Okay. So, what is Indian secularism? Indian secularism prohibits untouchability and discrimination against lower castes, allowing the state to intervene in religion based personal laws and support religious communities. This differs from the US Constitution, which maintains a separation between state and religion, allowing the state to intervene in religious affairs. Okay, so let's read about this page. It is a government school in Simapur. Students went to celebrate a religious festival. Sir, there is a big religious festival next month. We have never celebrated it in school. Can we do it this year? I'm afraid that isn't possible, Rekha. This is a government school. We cannot give importance to any one religion. Private schools may do that. Government schools don't celebrate any religious festivals in the school premises. Most religious festivals are public holidays so that we can celebrate these at home. I never thought of it this way. I guess we can always celebrate it outside school. Anyway, we were planning to celebrate it in our locality. Okay, so what's written over here? Wait a minute. In the above storyboard, the celebration of the religious festival within the school would have been a violation of the government's policy of treating all religions equally. Government schools cannot promote any one religion either in their morning prayers or through religious celebrations. This rule does not apply to private schools. The second way in which Indian secularism works to prevent the above domination is through a strategy of non-interference. This means that in order to respect the sentiments of all religions and not interfere with religious practices, the state makes certain exceptions for particular religious communities. A group of friends who recently bought scooters are meeting to go for a ride together. Hey, I hope you have a helmet. You know, the law in Delhi requires that you wear one. Why aren't you wearing a helmet? Do you want to be fined? Then the friend said, "Don't worry, I will not be fined." So then the first friend asked him, "Hey Paramjeet, why won't you be fined?" So he said, "For Sikhs, wearing a pagdi is a very important part of our religion. The government cannot force me to wear a helmet." So in the above storyboard, the Sikh youth Paramjeet, does not have to wear a helmet. This is because the Indian state recognizes that wearing a pagdi or turban is central to a Sikh's religious practice, and in order to interfere with this, allows an exception in the law. The third way in which Indian secularism works to prevent the domination listed earlier is through a strategy of intervention. You read earlier in this chapter about untouchability. This is a good example where members of the same religion, upper caste Hindus, dominate other members, some lower caste within it. Okay, so here you can see in the left side picture of American classroom. In USA, most children in government schools have to begin their school day reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. This pledge includes the words "under God." It was established more than 60 years ago that government school students are not required to recite the pledge if it conflicts with their religious beliefs. Despite this, there have been several legal challenges objecting to the phrase "under God," saying it violates the separation between church and state. The First Amendment of the US Constitution guarantees. The above photo shows students taking the Pledge of Allegiance in a government school in the USA. So what this page tells us about? The Indian Constitution intervened in Hindu religious practices to abolish untouchability, maintaining a principled distance from religion. The state maintains secular principles, but violations of these rights occur frequently. For example, in 2004, France banned students from wearing religious symbols, leading to persecution and death for their religious backgrounds. So thank you so much for today's class, and stay tuned for more such informational videos like this, and please like, share and subscribe to our channel. If you want to continue the series, please do like and let me know your attendance. So thank you so much.